Hey guys, for those who follow my videos on YouTube, you probably know I review ceiling fan smart controls. We've got a new one today, popped up in my Amazon suggested, and I've been trying to cover all ceiling fan smart controls that fit the following criteria. Under $50, no hub, and use the Smart Life app. I have tested a few that don't fit those criteria. But for the most part, that's what I'm looking for, and I'm trying not to miss any that fit those criteria. So if I have missed any, if there are any I haven't covered, post them in the comments or send me the link, and I'd love to check them out. So what we have today is, according to Amazon, it's the TRIFECTÉ Smart Ceiling Fan Control Switch. On the actual control, it says Carro. So let's go ahead and actually take a look at that. There's the Amazon page. Let's just see, can I change the... let's see, did that change? Yeah, that's pretty cool, huh? So you can see where it says TRIFECTÉ for the brand, and the actual control says Carro. So it's a 3-speed control that mounts in a single gang outlet box. It has a light control, but it's just on off. I thought it had a dimmer. It didn't. Most of the controls in this price point have a light dimmer. It uses capacitors for the speeds. There's a 5 microfarad for low and a second 5 microfarad for medium. So medium is technically 10. It's the two total together. After this footage, you'll see footage of me testing it with the ceiling fan in my upstairs bathroom. So if you followed my reviews up until now, some of the wall controls are 4-speed and some are 3-speed. Some are infinitely variable. Of the ones that have a finite number of speeds, most of them use capacitors. The Mohs and the Arhuang used what appeared to be little resistors, and they didn't really work, so I was able to desolder those and put in my own capacitor values. The Treat Life had 4 speeds and capacitor values that worked fairly well on most fans, but there was no easy way to replace them if those values didn't work. And then there was the Lumary control, which worked well and was at a good price point, but for some reason it didn't work on high speed, which is crazy because high speed is just a direct short. That's the one thing any control should be able to do. So in this case, as you'll see in my later footage, it works fine on all 3 speeds. Like the Treat Life control, you have to use the Alexa commands level 1, level 2, level 3. If you follow my reviews, you know I prefer to be able to use a percentage, 50%. So let's just for example, you see the fan behind me. Alexa, foyer fan 50%. Okay. So it's only 3 speeds. So 0 to 32 is low, 33 to 66 is medium, and 67 to 100 is high. So Alexa, foyer fan 10%. Okay. So I think so that's what I prefer, because that works regardless of the control. But this one and the Treat Life don't have that. You have to say level 1, level 2, level 3, which could get confusing because with the Treat Life, level 3 is medium, but with the TRIFECTÉ, level 3 is high. So that's why I like the percentages. It kind of evens it out throughout the different controls. I did not try replacing the capacitor values in this control, but it looked like they could have been unsoldered and replaced pretty easily. I could access them pretty easily to see the values. So the advantages to this control is that right now I think I'm trying to think if there's any advantage to this one versus the Treat Life. They're both in the same price point. Treat Life is 4-speed. Treat Life has a light dimmer. I'm not, I can't, the only advantage that I can see of this one versus the Treat Life is that the Treat Life, there's no means to replace the capacitors. I mean, you could, but you'd have to unsolder dozens of tiny little solder joints to get to them. And this one, I could have replaced the capacitors just by unsoldering the capacitors. I mean, I had to take it apart and undo a few screws, but you know, once I had it open, the capacitors were right there. So the only reason I can think of to buy this control instead of the Treat Life would be if you plan to replace the capacitors and you want a wall control that fits in the wall. Otherwise, if you want something to replace the capacitors, but it doesn't need to fit in the wall, most of my house, including the one you saw behind me, is still the Kia chip remote, and that's easy to take apart and solder the capacitors in. And then you also have something, you know, you've got a handheld remote. And the downside to that is, A, you don't have a wall control, and B, only 3 speeds, and C, no light dimmer. But again, with the TRIFECTÉ, it's still only 3 speeds, and there's no light dimmer. The other thing about it is I really like the wall interface. It's very straightforward. It's not like a touch panel. It's buttons. You can see, put that big on the screen. You can see the top button is for the light, the middle one is for the speeds, and the bottom one is for the fan off. So if you actually are going to be using it as a wall control as opposed to, you know, using smart control, the interface is nice. Some of the ones that use like where they're just sensing your fingertips get confusing to me. So those are the advantages, but the disadvantages are that it's one of the more expensive controls, which is probably why the touch panel is so nice. It's an actual nice physical switch. I mean, if you're willing to sacrifice that a little bit, you can spend half the price, and again, or you can spend slightly less and get 4 speeds and a light dimmer. So I'm probably not going to keep it. I'm probably gonna, if I don't find a better option, I'm probably just gonna get another Treat Life for my bathroom. So I'm going to throw up footage of me testing the control on the fan in my bathroom. Hey guys, here's the Carro Smart Control. As you've probably seen in past videos, my upstairs bathroom is the easiest place to swap controls since it's not in a box, and because the fan that I have in here, right now it's this Newtone, is just a fairly workable fan. Starts pretty low on the decade test, and just tends to work with all controls. So let's see how it does in here. I've got it set up with Alexa, bathroom fan level 1. I guess my cadence there threw her off. Alexa, bathroom fan level 1.
Okay.
Unlike some of the other controls, it does not go to high first, which for fans with rubber flywheels and such, I would prefer that. Alexa, bathroom fan level 2.
Okay.
Let's just try a few other things and see if she responds. Alexa, bathroom fan speed 1.
Bathroom doesn't support that.
Alexa, bathroom fan 50%.
That value is out of range for device bathroom fan.
Alexa, bathroom fan speed 1.
Bathroom doesn't support that.
Alexa, bathroom fan low.
Okay.
Okay, so it takes low. Alexa, bathroom fan medium.
I don't know how to set bathroom fan to that setting.
Interesting. It'll take low but not medium. Alexa, bathroom fan medium.
I don't know how to set bathroom fan to that setting.
What else could it possibly call it? If it's got a name for low, It's got to have one for me. Alexa, bathroom fan Mead.
I don't know that one.
Alexa, bathroom fan Med.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Well, Alexa, bathroom fan High.
Okay.
So it's got high and low. Alexa, bathroom fan Medium.
I don't know how to
Nope.
set bathroom fan to that setting.
Alexa, bathroom fan Off.
Okay.
It's got the control panel here. Obviously, there's no light hooked up, but there's for light. There's for off. And there's for the speeds. So it works like any other 3-speed capacitor-based control with no dimmer switch. I don't like that it doesn't take percentages. That is, let's just do Alexa, bedroom fans 50%. It's so much more useful to have that. Let's see if this one's still. Alexa, beauty room fan 50%.
Okay.
Yeah, that worked. So, okay, there you have it for this control. Thanks for watching. That's a great question. I keep getting asked what controls will work in different voltages. First of all, I'm going to go and look on the Amazon page right now. You might even be able to see me. So this says operating voltage 120. So that's not always, says the same thing there. Some of them state, oh, here we go. Somebody asks if it'll work for 240 and it says no. So this one definitely can't be used on 240. Some of them will state that they can be used anywhere from 100 to 250. But here's the problem with any fan control that is designed for use in the US than trying to use it on 240 is you have to remember that fans that operate on 240 are going to be looking for very different capacitor values for the speeds. So if you have a control that works well on a fan in the US and then you put it on 240, even if the control is designed for 240 and the fan is designed for 240, the speeds may not work well. So, and I have no way to test that because, I mean, I guess I theoretically could. I've got a couple of those 24-inch 240 fans, and I could theoretically rig up 240 with 2 different poles here, but it still wouldn't be a true test because this is 60 cycles and not 50, and those are 24-inch. It's just anyhow. So I would, anybody looking for 240, first of all, you're going to have to find a control rated for 240. Second of all, you'll have to test it yourself. And then third of all, you may have to change the capacitor values. But great question. Just in case anybody missed it, there's the question. Let's see if there's any other controls I haven't covered. So I did, and I can't remember if I've talked about this in a past video, I did get the latest version of the Sonoff iFan control, which is, by the way, unrelated to Apple. When you think of iFan iPhone, and unrelated to what collectors call the iFan, which is a fan from the 80s. There is an actual smart control called the Sonoff iFan. And I tested the first version, the iFan 2, I think it was, and then and wasn't really pleased with it. And so I tried again with the latest version, and I still wasn't pleased. I had trouble getting it to pair with the app. It doesn't use the Smart Life app. It just, yeah. Again, when I need a wireless smart fan control, where is it? Here it is. I stick with the good old-fashioned Kia chip. They might be cheap, but they work. And then when they don't work, I send them back to Amazon and get a new one. Can you see it? There we go. And yeah, I've got more of these in my house than anything. Oh, here's my wife being smart. So, no, you cannot reverse any ceiling fan with an aftermarket smart control. If you have a smart ceiling fan where the smart electronics are built into the fan itself, you might have a reverse feature. But there's no aftermarket control that can reverse a fan because the reverse electronics have to be internal to the fan. Theoretically, there might be a way to do it with Bond. If you have a fan that already has a wireless remote that isn't smart, then you connect that with Bond. I was not able to do that when we used Bond to control the air shadow in our kitchen, which was reversible. But thank you, baby, for throwing out a great question that some people might be wondering. Smart switches. My current picks, if you need a one that goes into a wall box or has a dimmer switch or has 4 speeds, I go with the Treat Life. If you need one that fits in the fan canopy, or you don't need a dimmer switch or you don't need 4 speeds, I go with the Kia chip. Thanks for watching.